Okay, enough Premier League. Let's talk about the German Supercup. Let's talk about Harry Kane's debut. Let's do it with Jan Åge Fjørtoft joining us. Jan, we're all excited. People, the joke is that, oh, look, Harry Kane's he's moved to win trophies. So win the first trophy, the Super Pokal or whatever they call it. No, Leipzig, other plans. Leipzig destroying Bayern 3-0. A Dani Olmo hat trick. Kane came on the last half hour, so didn't really have much of an impact. Were you surprised at how Leipzig raced ahead and Bayern never caught up? And where does this leave Tuchel?
Well, there's something wrong in the kingdom of Munich, 100%. And that was not a script at all. What about this? Kane should have a hat-trick. Olmo? What's going on? But there is something wrong at Bayern, and they need to sort it. As a lover of English and German football, I think there was a reality check also for some English pundits to see that Harry Kane doesn't go there on a vacation. Was it 5 minutes after the game? The headlines were Kane is there, the title is gone. So he will be under pressure there. That was nothing to do with Harry Kane. That was more to do with a Bayern team that doesn't kind of hang together. They created chances, but that defense and how they are explored on the counter-attacks, terrible for Bayern. And when then Tuchel after the game say, I have no clue what to do, well, we know what's going on in Bayern then, don't we?
Well, I don't understand why Tuchel does this. Why do you come out and say things like, yeah, I don't know, I have no clue what to do. I don't know how to resolve this. I wish, for example, they would have asked him, well, if you have Pavard, who you're trying to push out the door because you bought another gigantic center back in the summer, why start Pavard in this game? Who, I'm not saying he was the reason they gave up 2 goals in the first half, but I don't think he helped. Why does he do things like that? Why do they leave themselves in this weird situation with the goalkeeper, for example, where, you have 4 goalkeepers at the start of the summer and then presto, you knew that Neuer wasn't going to come back straight away. You knew it was going to take time. Why leave yourself open like this? Why say things like, we want a top goalkeeper, he has to be experienced, but he also has to accept that when Manuel Neuer comes back, he's going to be the number 1. Who's going to come based on that?
Well, I think that they are the points. I mean, in Germany, you say they have viele Arbeitsstellen. They have some places to work on. They say, I need a number 6, Tuchel said. Kimmich said, I am a number 6. Manuel Neuer say, I'm the best goalkeeper in the world. I go skiing. I will be ready to start of the season. He's not. And as you're saying, how can they solve that problem? Now they solved the number 9 position, but there are so many places now to work for them. And I'm not sure that what will happen now to Bayern. Yes, they're going to Bremen the first game. Bremen, of course, out of the first round of the German Cup, so they'll probably beat Bayern. That is how things are going. And Tuchel need to sort that out. And we all know that coaches get sometimes a God syndrome. You think you can just say whatever you want. I think that he feel now that his position was strengthening after that Salihamidzic and Khan out there. He get his number 9. I think he was too honest, if you know what I'm saying, because if you're gonna take players out like Pavard, you have to send some signals in there. Sven Ulreich is plötzlich the number 1 goalkeeper. Well, he's been there for like ages. So what is all this fuss about? Bayern are struggling, and thank God they are, because we need some Leipzig, some Dortmund to get closer to them. And if they don't get better, we can just hope, as neutral, that Bayern get a bit worse, as they was saying.
I was so impressed, I have to say, with Leipzig and with Marco Rose. He's had ups and downs. He's had a difficult time, mostly at Borussia Dortmund. But and we're going to get into this more with Jan on the Gab Juls podcast. But when I look at the way they lined up, when I looked at all the newcomers they had, Openda starting, Seewald starting, Xavi Simons starting, of course he's on loan, and it looked like those guys had been there for the last 5 or 10 years. Now, obviously, a couple of those guys, Sesko came on and Seewald coming from Salzburg, which helps. It's all part of the family. But anyway, I digress. Talking too much. We're going to get into this more on the Gab Juls podcast.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.